course it's so like I'll have them, for instance, they'll do like Khan Academy and they'll do Edpuzzles and they'll do Moodle and they'll do their textbook has built-in quizzes. And so there's lots of those that are strictly formative. It's like, you know, I would guess you're probably familiar with Edpuzzle, but like they get a quiz score, you know, 8 out of 10 or whatever. I mean, it always rounds it out, makes it out of 100, but they don't get those points in a grade book. But then I just keep a separate spreadsheet of like just in Google Sheets of what assignments they were completing, how many points they got, that kind of thing. The stuff that's gone in the grade book has just been like summative assessment type activities. So they're traditional. I called it I don't know. I made up my own phrase, I guess, but I called it their traditional assessment for Unit 2 was multiple choice, short answer, like every social studies test ever. And then the second part of that Unit 2 assessment was I called it their independent assessment. And that's summative. That will go in the grade book. And that's more of like a project based. I had kids do all kinds of different things. They got really creative, did a lot of research, a lot of the whole point of it was application. And that's what I really want to try to create with that blended time. The question earlier about what do they do when they're not face-to-face is like, that's what I want to try to connect them. Like Camp Dodge, we had there's a military museum. The Gold Star Museum is like 10 minutes from here. You know, David Young, our congressman, is super involved. He's a Johnston graduate. He always wants to come and like talk. And like, I just feel like that's where I want to get to. A good friend of mine is the director of the State Historical Museum near the Capitol. Like, that's what I want to get them to, is I want to connect to that authentic outside of school, real world audience. You know, if you think AIW or, you know, whatever, PBD, PBL, like that's where I want to get. But I just feel like, you know, when you're in these courses and you're having these discussions, even like right now, it's like you get all these great ideas. And then when you actually get face to face with 17-year-olds and 16-year-olds, it's like, okay, we got to scale it back. And I think a weakness of mine going into day one of the class is having that well-rounded understanding of like, what are my student needs to scaffold up and build from to get to those kind of desired state things. I had some kids do amazing projects, like they're amazing critical thinkers, but you know, outside of Googling for research, like some of the kids had no research skills, or, you know, some of the kids just wanted to be told what to do. In fact, some kids for their project wrote a test. Like that's what they wanted to do, was like, I can show you what I know by writing a regular test. So that was kind of an interesting experience for a couple of them. So I think that's the thing that I don't know. I think that'll be a work in progress for a really long time, but getting there, I think, is part of that desired state.